Glitter's Dreadlands Journey, Chapter 22. When we found the creature, it sprouted several vines from itself, which were whirling around it and defending it. And as we soon found, also attacking us. The creature was an aberration, and its blood was grey and was thick as tar. Thorns grew from the ground, and fortunately everyone except Jack has avoided them. After we finally killed it, Matthias tried to do an autopsy, but the creature was so alien he couldn't determine anything from it, so he just took few samples to examine them later. After we appeared back at the place where we entered the Feywild from, Pladane appeared in a transparent form. He told us the place we just were in was called Cradle, and it was where the Fey are born. Cradles are rare, and if you find one, you can gain favors of the Fey born there. But this creature was no Fey, and it definitely was corrupted. Pladane didn't like the information at all. He said he'll look into it and disappeared. The prince looked more confused by Pladane than the entire experience with the Feywild and the aberration. The rest of our walk to the ship was uneventful. But when we got there, we saw two guards arguing with Tomil and wanted him to let them on the deck. Me and Talas charmed the guards and suggested them to return to their superior to ask for better salary. After that, Jack told me I probably doomed the poor soldier because his boss from the Ruby Guard, a secret elite no-nonsense unit. We boarded the ship and flew towards the entrance to the Underdark Jack knew about. During the way, Talas kept annoying Glitch and she ignored us. I saw half-naked Jack in Matthias's room, so I didn't bother them. I just wanted to ask about the results of the experiments on the not-Fey aberration. After 2 days, we got to the Dwarven city at the entrance to the Underdark. Tomil flew off with the ship to do their business, and Prince Edri went with him. He said he'd try to contact his brother, who should be somewhere around Fleetfells, and to figure out what to do next. The city was abandoned and partially destroyed, and it looked like it was that way for a few years. We found scorch marks and skeletons of people and one undead blue scale that was the size of a shield. And the entrance to the tunnel was broken in a way as if something really big came out of it and then went back. So there was a blue undead dragon here a few years ago. Great. The question is if it became undead by someone else's doing and that someone is controlling it, or by its own will and it's now something even worse. But despite that, we decided to proceed and see how far we can go down without encountering signs of the dragon. Not too far. Very soon we found sand pits that are regional effects of a long-term dragon presence. I have no idea how far these effects stretch. Talas began casting a spell to try locating the dragon. In the meantime, we searched the surroundings and I found a silver box with a talking lock. It required a keyword to open. It had dwarvish inscription around it and none of us could speak that. I cast the language spell and then bullshitted my way into opening the lock. The lock shut up and inside we saw a book. Manual to build iron golems. Very expensive iron golems. Talas finished casting the dragon detecting spell and said it wasn't around. So we continued further into the caves. The spell should give us a warning enough ahead if we got too close to it. But instead of dragon, we found a drow woman running away from a group of blue kobolds. Talas and Jack and Matthias got rid of the kobolds and we tried to talk to the woman. She didn't know the common language, so only me and Jack understood her. Her name was Anna, and she was from a city called Ilnamora. She was afraid of us. They had legends about evil surfaces hunting the drow some time ago. I asked Parlong if he knew anything about it, and he confirmed that during his time there were wars between the surface nations and the drow. Anna agreed to take us to her city if we help her get there safely. Jack kept being distracted by her almost transparent silk gown. I asked her about the dangers of the Underdark and she described some rocky creatures with tentacles, crabs with charm abilities and mentioned a place that was forbidden to her people because it was dangerous. That place had no name and nothing except being forbidden was known about it.